and we are racing, and it's an absolutely electric start for the 42 of Will Bedford. Massive lunge up the inside by Matt Buff on Alistair Camp.
Active on the outside. Oh! Oh! Big off! Oh. Straight in the gravel trap. Both cars out.
Round one for the Milltek Sports Civic Cup is about to get underway, and the cars are lined up here in the double grid area, about to get the racing underway for 2023. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Qualifying, quite interesting. Here's your top three right here: Dan Thackeray, Morgan Bailey, and Jack Harding, of course, 1, 2, 3. And they're actually, quite conveniently, all standing here, quite looking like the worst boy band I've ever seen in my life. Well, let's start with our man who started on pole, of course. Well, Thackeray, well, I mean, it was a good qualifying. You were happy with it. Can you repeat it going into the race?
That's exactly what I'm wondering as well. I mean, essentially, I've only done 2 really fast laps, and now I'm going to have to do quite a few in a row, which is uncharted territory. So, I mean, it's just a case of trying to put them together, not to make too many mistakes. All about the first lap, get a clean one, hopefully, and see where we are in lap 1, and just try and put some consistency together.
Obviously, the racing's slightly different from qualifying, a lot more happening, and we were having that discussion a little bit earlier before we were live about the race to turn 1, and we were both thinking, who's going to get there first?
Yeah, traditionally me and Morgan do get quite even starts. It's going to be an interesting one, who gets the jump. I mean, hopefully we all just get cleanly through the first couple of corners and we can each get our heads down and have a clean one, really. I mean, there's a lot of Civics into a small gap into turn 2, so I mean, hopefully we just get our way around there and we can try and have a good race together.
Yes, indeed. Turn 2 is a pinch point. Thank you very much, Dan. Morgan, I think, well, let's talk about that pinch point with you. Yeah, turn 2, not an easy one to negotiate.
Yeah, difficult. Obviously, I'm starting on the outside of the front row. Depending on how me and Dan both go on with our starts, will depend on where we're positioned for turn 2. But, just keep an eye on the mirrors for anybody coming down on the brakes that are not as confident. Because the last thing we want is to turn in and somebody's coming down the grass. So.
Yes, that would be suboptimal, I think. Yeah, not ideal. But going into the racing on this one, do you feel like starting on that front row, you still got a chance here?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy we've got the pace to keep going at the times that we're doing in qualifying, as long as the gearbox is all together.
That brings me on to the next one. Yeah, the gearbox all fine and dandy, sorted out, yes?
It seems all right to drive it from the truck to here, so hopefully it'll do 15 minutes going around there. Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for. Fingers crossed for it, and best of luck in this one.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Well, Jack Hardy standing here. You're just watching the juniors going out there. Well, I mean, your predictions for this one, because there's a lot going to be happening out there, isn't there?
Yeah, just got to try and get through the first lap cleanly. Obviously, there's a few new people, a few young lads and stuff, so hopefully everyone will just keep it sensible. It's first race of the season, there's a long way to go, and hopefully it'll split up after the first lap, and then we can have some good racing.
Is there anyone in particular that you're keeping your eyes on out there?
Everyone, really. Anybody in the top 10, really. Do you know what I mean? You know, there's a few people that messed up their quali laps, so you know, there's anybody in the top 10 is capable of winning. You know, we're capable of winning. We just need to try and keep it all together, really, and try and just have some good clean racing.
Yeah. The warm-up laps that you have, how important are they before the start of the race?
Yeah, they are quite important, especially on front-wheel drive cars. So obviously the rears, you need to get some temperature in them. So hopefully we'll have a fairly decent outlap and at a decent pace and get some temperature in them, and then we'll see what we want first lap, how much grip we've got.
Well, best of luck out there, starting that one in P3.
Cheers, mate.
Well, more happening. There's your top 3. Let's have a look a little further down the order. P4 here, Will Redford. Now, Will, pretty decent qualifying session for him. Just want to see if I can squeeze in here, if I'm getting in the way of photographers and everything like that. Will, well, starting this one, P4. Are we feeling confident?
Yeah, I mean, qualifying, I might be in 4th, 2 tenths down, but I made quite a big mistake on my fastest lap, which would have had me in pole. So I'm pretty confident pace-wise, but you know, these 3 now to race, so we'll see how it goes.
There we go, a mistake in qualifying. So you think you could have poled that one then?
To put it in perspective, I lost half a second from this one mistake, so I would have been pole by 3 tenths if I hooked a lap up, which I didn't, but it's there, it was there.
Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Watch Will Redford coming through from P4. Best of luck on that one.
Cheers, mate.
Excellent. Mr. Hobson just here. Danny Hobson. Well, Danny, you looking ready to go? Were you happy with the result that you saw there, P5?
Yeah, pretty happy with that. We've not been in a car for 4 years, so we had a clutch go when I was in practice. Yeah, still dialing like setup in now. I'm very rusty, but yeah, nice to be at this end of the grid compared to the rest.
How are you finding the 300 layout this weekend?
I've only ever done the 300, so yeah, it's pretty good.
So a lot of practice in it then, so it's helped you out with this weekend?
Not a lot of practice for 4 years, but when we last raced here, we were front row of the grid. And I say the rest of the drivers, the championship's come on a lot since then. So see how we get on.
Well, best of luck. Congratulations on the P5, and we'll see you out there for the race. Right, well, Alistair Camp, I don't know where he is. Is he? Where is he? Is it? Oh, he's behind, and is looking like a fruit pastel.
Pink Power Ranger.
Pink Power Ranger.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I'm going with fruit pastel, mate.
Well, yeah, or a tutti frutti or something like that.
Tutti frutti. Yeah, either all works.
Fruit salad, that was the
Fruit
one.
salad. Yes, that was the one I was trying to think of. Yeah. Right. How are you feeling? One, because now that you've just had a qualifying session in a much faster car, now you've got to go back to the Civic. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
How many Red Bulls are you in?
4, I think.
Other canned beverages of the energy variety are available. But yeah, no, I mean, it's got to be a shake-up for you though, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive difference. Like just driving from here to there. So it's lads, is the diff working in this? And it's because obviously I'm used to the tight steering and that, but they just checked it, said yeah, everything's fine. So yeah, we'll see where we go on. Not where I wanted to be after quality, if I'm honest, but especially after the pacing this morning's practice, but made a few changes and I don't think it was what we should have done with the new tyres, but you live and learn. It's one of them. It's all experience, isn't it?
Do you reckon you can do some damage from P6?
Ask me again in half an hour and I might know. We're going to give it our best.
Best of luck, mate. Great to see Alistair. He's a real wisecracker in that one. Well, firstly, how are we this weekend?
Good. It's been a bit of a learning curve, but yeah, I'm getting there. I'm enjoying it more than anything, really. Yeah, it's really good.
It's a solid qualifying from you as well, though.
Yeah, I think when you're jumping into a new class like this, you're always set your bar a little bit lower. I mean, 7th I was happy with, but I felt like I had a lot more in myself and the car to go quicker. So I'm just hoping that within the race I can, pick off a few places, maybe, fight for a podium at some point.
I mean, we were speaking to the front three and they were saying that anyone in the top 10 has a chance of doing it. You're in the top 10 on this one. It falls under more the line of karting, really, doesn't it? These things just skip around the track. I reckon there's a lot to be done.
It's exactly like the front three have said. Anyone can win it, not necessarily inside the top 10. These things exactly like karting. It's just you throw these things around and, where you end up is where you end up. You just got to make the most of every opportunity. So, be lively off the start and see what happens.
Do you think it's going to be the highlight of the lap on the first lap? Where do you think it's all going to be potentially kick off?
Well, turn 2 is always what everyone usually says, but fingers crossed. I want to say nowhere, but you can't predict that in racing. So yeah, I think you have to maybe use your head a little bit through some corners. I think turn 2, especially on the first lap, but if we can get through that, I think there's no reason why we can't have a good race. So
it should be a good one. Best of luck. Enjoy your session out there. Little further back, Harvey Caton here. We'll chat to him. Harvey, pretty decent qualifying from you, starting within the top 10. Are you happy with the result?
Yeah, I could have had a lot better. I had one lap that was disallowed, which would have put me like 5th, so it's a bit disappointing, but I learned for this race. We had a better engine yesterday and it blew up, so it's a bit of a shame, but I'm happy with the result with this one, so yeah.
Seems to be doing all right though, so a full engine swap last night then, was it?
Yeah, my dad and Charlie, they were staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning, so really well thanks to them, because could get me out for today.
Oh, blimey, 2 o'clock in the morning, so what were you doing at that time? Were you asleep?
Probably, yeah, I think I was.
Cheeky man. Best of luck for this one. Looking forward to seeing what you can do. Do you reckon you can put a dent in the grid on this one?
I hope so, yeah. Maybe get a couple of positions and hold my ground for the reverse grid, see what I can do, yeah.
Dent in the grid, not the side of your car?
Yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Best of luck, mate. Best of luck. Max Edmondson, he's not in the car and he's nowhere to be seen, but the number 33 for Area Motorsport, he will start on that spot, and I suspect he's overly happy with that one. Bensley also not here, so that's very handy. I don't know where they all are, which is very, very handy indeed. Let's go a little further down because we have Sam here. Nicolau, Sam, you're leaning on the wrong car, firstly. That's your car.
Yeah, that's all right, mate. It is, as I know, so it's all good.
Yeah, no, it's all right. How are you feeling going ahead of this one?
Yeah, good. First race back since 2019. So yeah, can't grumble really. Got to find a bit of time obviously with all these youngsters about, but yeah, we'll get there eventually, hopefully.
Your front to mid-pack challenge?
I'm saying carnage, first corner.
Don't say that word.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be fine. It's going to be calm in turn 1.
Yeah, I doubt that, but we'll see.
Right, okay, let's move on to another driver who's a little bit more optimistic. Best of luck, Sam. Let's chat to Leo. Leo, again, we spoke to you before qualifying. We were saying, can you get it in the top 10? You're not far off.
Not nearly there. I mean, considering how much progress we actually made, I think I can't complain about how quali went. So, yeah, I think 12th, we can work from there. So, you know, maybe top 10, top 8 today, and then go from there tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the main thing, isn't it? I mean, the calibre of drivers that we've got here, was qualifying tough?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, when you're pushing it, it feels like it's not going to go anymore, but it does. And then you see what times all the top 3 or top 5 are doing, and you think there's more in it. So